Hi there, Plasticjunky here with one of our first segments of the 90s. Yay, 90s! Okay, this is Captain Bucky O'Hare. O'Hare. I'm sorry. I have candies in my mouth.
He got a little tongue-tied.
Yeah, I have candies in my mouth. One day I was at a show at TFCon last year. The guy had all of them and I didn't buy them.
Boo!
Shut up!
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't buy them.
Don't worry about it, though.
Hey!
I had a similar chance.
They're coming up. They're gonna pop up anyways. I'm gonna find these.
Oh, hi everybody. JoeNerd
Yes,
here.
forgot about him. Sorry.
Don't say forget about him.
Forget about him.
Bastard.
I had a similar chance. I could have gotten the whole first wave in one swoop, but at the time I wasn't really quite sure if I was that interested in them.
I was enjoying at the TFCon last year too.
No, I don't remember that. I didn't see them back then, but I was thinking of looking at other things. But this was at a little Montreal Toy Con we had here a little while back, and there was a vendor who had them all. He had them all, and I.
Probably that's where I saw it, and I was thinking about it too. Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Where was that?
It was a few of them ago. It was maybe early last year. Or late 2010.
I love the art. There's a back one, here's the front one. I love the art because the art is... What I like about the art is because when I first started collecting, I collected comic books. That's why I like 70s, 80s, and 90s toys, because of the art. If a figure, like I said before, if Buffy or any figure has an amazing art, like this, see, this Catwoman from the Batman line is nice, I collect it. But it's not because I only look at the art, I look at the figure too. If I have a chance to get all the figures in one shot, you think Plasticjunky's not going to buy them? Yeah, baby, I'll buy them. I'm going to just talk a little bit and then he's going to continue because it's his segment. So, I love the art. Here's a good guy called Dead-Eye Duck. And here's a bad guy called Told Air Marshal. What a stupid name. Anyways. What do I give this? I give them, I give them a 4 Bucky O'Hare.
4 toads.
4 toads.
Yep.
4 toads and 4, hey look at that, and 4 Dead-Eye Duck.
Yes.
So, take it away, JoeNerd.
Okay. Well, one thing you may be wondering, if a guy who calls himself JoeNerd, obviously he's a G.I. Joe fan, what's so attractive about Bucky O'Hare to this guy? There's a really important link between G.I. Joe and Bucky O'Hare.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
That's why we have them here.
A lot of
What are you laughing for, dumbass?
I'm not laughing.
Hey, Jesus,
He's
Murphy,
laughing.
calm
Don't
down
laugh.
there, buddy.
Okay.
Anyway,
No.
now the link, okay, I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence. A
No,
lot
go ahead.
of people watching this that know their Joes, they probably know this already.
No, they
But
don't.
I'm gonna be just talking about it for people that don't know. If anybody doesn't, these guys were created by Larry Hama.
Who?
And Larry Hama is...
Who's Larry Hama?
Oh my goodness, who is Larry Hama?
Don't forget, Plasticjunky collects toys.
Yeah,
Doesn't
okay.
Doesn't know nothing about who made them
So,
and everything. He enjoys
Larry
the
Hama-
toys. I was a kid when I liked toys.
Okay.
Toys!
Okay. Larry Hama is the man who created...
G.I. Joe.
No.
He
Well,
man.
similar.
Name
Wait
talk,
a
damn
sec,
it.
wait a
Micro
sec.
X.
It's not a guessing game.
Okay.
He created not the visual of G.I. Joe, a real American hero, but he created the names and the personalities of all the characters of the G.I. Joe from the 80s.
Oh,
So-
I knew that. I just didn't remember.
Yeah, whatever.
I didn't know that.
Okay. Shut up.
But anyway,
Fine.
not only that, but he's just as famous for writing all of the Marvel Comics run of the G.I. Joe comic book from the 80s when we
Never
were
read
kids.
them, that's why.
Really, neither did I, but I remember them when I was a kid. And he still writes G.I. Joe right now, actually. There's a really good ongoing
Wow,
series.
interesting.
It continues right off where the Marvel series left off. Okay, anyway. When I was, it was interesting, little interesting story. at the JoeCon in 2010, Canadian JoeCon 2010. Sorry, Larry Hama was a guest at the JoeCon.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and my friend and I, Madman, we met Larry Hama.
Madman?
Madman, that's
No, it's okay. Never say his real name.
the bald guy.
All right.
Okay. And at the time, I remembered reading something about Larry Hama being involved with the creation of Bucky O'Hare, but I wasn't entirely sure. I didn't really remember the entire thing, so...
I love the art. I love it that you get a little story in the back, and you see the bio like G.I. Joe.
I'll bet you any money it was written by Larry Hama as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I would guess it is.
You know, I feel bad that I didn't know that. Hey, Plasticjunky doesn't know everything. 8,000
right.
figures, it's a lot of figures to remember everything.
Yeah, there's a lot to know, you know.
Question.
And,
was he involved in the cartoon series? Because there was a cartoon series of Bucky O'Hare.
I'm sure he was. Honestly, I don't know much about that, but I'm sure he was. He was also involved in a comic book that was supposed to happen, but I don't think it ever did. That was one of the things that he talked to Madman and I about. Like, first of all, okay, I'll finish the story I started.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's okay, no problem. Just in case anybody's interested. So Madman and I were talking to Larry Hama about Joe's, you know, it was amazing, by the way. If you can ever meet Larry Hama at a Toy Con or Comic Con, you really should. He's a really no BS type of guy. He says it like it is. He's really unique. So anyhow, after we were talking about Joe's a little bit, I brought up Bucky O'Hare, and I just asked him about, you know, like his involvement in Bucky O'Hare, and to our surprise, he said, well, yeah, I created Bucky O'Hare. So it was like, wow. So anyway,
Cool.
we talked a bit about that. So he was talking to us about a proposed comic book that was supposed to happen. It was an artist. His name was Neil Adams, I believe. He was supposed to do the artwork, and Larry Hama was going to write. But for whatever reason, it didn't happen. Anyway, one other interesting thing about these guys. Excuse my shaky hands if they are shaky.
Yeah, you're much better than when you first started, believe me.
Right on, thank you. Yeah, I feel a little better. So, yeah, the action figure, all of the Bucky O'Hare action figures, their accessories, most of them anyway, they had little plug holes on them. And these were to accommodate the little pegs on all of the figures in various areas. So it's a kind of a way for them to hold their accessories on them while they're not holding them in their hands. And can you see it?
On the chest?
Yeah, he just has on... Yeah, you hold it there.
No, I'm just...
Well,
how come they don't show it in the picture?
Well, it's pretty small. This is just a
the art is
cartoon
beautiful.
picture.
I know I said it 3 times, but the art. I'm sorry. This is why I'll probably collect the figures.
When I got here and I took these guys out of my bag, Plasticjunky was frothing at the mouth. He was like, "Where the hell did you get these? I want these." So anyway, I knew right then and there this was going to be a good segment. How much time are we running?
Don't worry about the time.
All right.
Don't worry about the time.
All right, no time restrictions this time.
I don't care.
All right.
Rat's
Okay.
ass.
Excellent. Doesn't give a rat's ass.
Nope.
So, yeah. So another thing that I was getting to about the action figures is also they have, of course, the peg holes on the bottoms of the feet. Don't know if you can make that out.
Yep.
You got it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So this was something Larry Hama was. Sorry, I'll just throw him there.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Hama was really, he had told us, this is another thing he told Madman and I, is that he was really irked about when he was a kid and when he was younger, I guess, he noticed that action figures, they never really looked exactly like they do in the media. So he wanted to change that. He wanted to do something really weird, he wanted to... He wanted to make the figure look exactly on the screen or on the page exactly like the toy. So when he would have them drawn by his artist, he would make sure. Just a sec, I'm almost done. He would make sure that the pegs were there, the holes on the weapons were there. They were put in the pegs, even to the point that when the figure was drawn, the bottom, the sole of the foot was shown, that it even had the peg hole on the page, like when it was drawn. So that's really unique. I don't really recall that ever happening ever again. This just seems to be this idea that Larry Hama had, and I don't know for a fact that, yeah, there is a crack in the bubble.
Open it.
On that one.
No.
I will open them eventually.
No.
Anyhow.
So nice. These they're meant to be hanged in a museum like my place.
Well, these ones are like the condition isn't that great.
Oh
They're
no.
a
You
little
see,
rough.
what I like about figures like this is because, sorry to interrupt, but JoeNerd,
it's all
it's
right.
because why I did this room full of my toy cave is because I love the visual looking at carded figures and loose. Loose, it's because when you touch them, they're loose. They're mine. Mine. Like the seagulls in, which movie is that?
That's Finding Nemo.
Yeah, and like the seagull, mine. I touch it and I go, it's mine, yes! I'm an evil, I have a little horn sticking up. Yeah, finally have
My
one.
precious.
My precious.
He's doing the hip
Got 'em,
thing too.
got 'em.
Probably.
Smells like teen spirit. Oh, Jedi Knight. Sexy. Okay, anyways, you see, like, what I would do with this, if I had space in my walls, I would take them and thumbtack them to the wall. That's what I love about collecting, is because you get something, you finish the whole set, you put it aside, you go on to another one, and another one, and another one, and on, and on. That's what the fun of collecting comes from here, not from here. You want to buy something, you get yourself something that you're going to like. You like it, you collect it. You have it, you put it in your collection. No, we didn't do SimCity yet, but one day. Trust me, I'm going to do all kinds of I collected. You have to collect from the heart and not from your pocket. If you find that it's too expensive, don't buy it. Simple.
Yeah,
Buy it when you can.
You have to collect what you love.
Yeah, but I like everything. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a plastic junkie. That's why it's called plastic and junk. I am a junkie, but I'm a plastic junkie. I love to smell, and that's what I like about collecting. These, I can't wait to collect these, because I always wanted them, but they're just like, they're from the 90s, and I don't want to pay much. And what he paid is a decent price.
Yeah, I was lucky. Unfortunately, the vendor only had those two, but they weren't expensive at all.
Yeah, I have a feeling that the shows I'm going to be going to this past year, I'm going to...
Upcoming year.
Upcoming year. Oh, upcoming year.
What are you going to do, hop into the DeLorean?
You know what?
Time machine, huh?
Actually, no, when I say it, there's going to be a new show coming out in Toronto. I have to say it anyway. It's already on Facebook. It's called the He-Con, the first annual He-Man convention in Canada, in Toronto. And
Really?
yes, and there's going to be an exclusive He-Man figure made from Matty Collector. You got it right. I'm going to be there. I'm going to have a really small table with a few of my vintage stuff, doubles and triples that I have, and I'm going to be hunting down for figures of all kinds of old vintage stuff. I'm going, Proto-Man's going, and Orko the Great is going, and I can't wait to go. And sorry, continue with your Bucky O'Hare. And everything good?
Okay.
Are
We might be.
Final
we might
words?
Be.
Final words?
Final words.
What do you give it on a scale of 1 to 5?
1 to 5. Definitely a 5 on them.
I do. I agree. I give them a 5 for the artwork, and the figures are cool too because they're bulky, and they come with their own little instruction.
I think that's a little file card.
File card inside. Wow. Too bad
I'm
G.I. Joe they
sure,
could have done
I'm
that.
sure it's written really well. If I know Larry Hama's writing,
I'm so sorry that I didn't know it was him. I feel so bad.
Hey.
Shoot Plasticjunky in the head
no. Well, you're not
with a
really.
rubber bullet.
You're not really a real huge Joe guy, so you know.
I like G.I. Joes, but like I said in my later set in G.I. Joes, I love the art. I would only collect G.I. Joes if they're mint in the card. I don't care if I pay $1,000 for them. I really don't give a shit. It take me about 6 months to save $1,000. I would buy a carded Snake Eyes. Definitely would love to have it in my collection. Anyways, Plasticjunky out, and
JoeNerd out.
yes, peace. We'll see you soon.